Hi and welcome to Lifestyle League. My name is Arthur Mafokate and I'm not chilling alone. I'm with Lebogang Mapeka.
Yes.
Hi, Lebo.
Dumela.
How are you?
Getting. Awesome.
You know I'm intimidated. I'm interviewing somebody from radio.
Why? Only intimidated.
Because you guys are so good. You can actually entertain people without them seeing your faces.
Trust you, it's a different story, because this is a podcast and radio. So halimponi mo lampon.
Yeah, more we can see.
Here you see me.
Oh, so we are both intimidated.
Yeah, we are both intimidated.
So this is my space.
Okay.
I rule. You know, there's something very funny about radio.
Yes.
More especially with us guys. Maybe it happens with you women as well.
Okay.
We fall in love with the voices that we have never seen. You know?
Yeah.
You're actually pretty in life.
Thank you very much. I've had that a whole lot of times. People are like, oh my goodness. Thank you.
Because sometimes, you know, we are seduced by these beautiful voices.
Yes.
Does it happen with you guys as well?
It happens a lot, especially in Nahe, because now I get the community, Alex.
Yes.
So I get to find a whole lot of people ring. Oh, go ahead. Oh, okay. You know, actually, get a voice here. Oh, also. But some will be like, oh, so I'm like, oh, yes. Yeah.
And with guys, I mean, there's these beautiful voices that you hear on radio. Which voice has ever charmed you?
I think it's Mr. B. Oh, I even said it. Even said his name. I think Mr. B. He's got that deep voice. And be it one commenter on the show.
Oh, you are. Yeah, but I'm talking about you
me.
Being in.
But trust me, but like a whole lot of guys.
Mention one in jail. Oh, Saleva crashing
yeah, crash.
Yes.
I think it's Musiso wako 16. I think I'm Yes. Yeah. They even brought lunch for me one time. Yeah.
No, but when are you talking about one of your listeners?
Yeah.
Kicho
nna. O chamileng nna. Yeah. O chamileng nna. Yes.
Wait, Lebogang. This is what I like.
Yes.
So you were actually charmed by one of your listeners.
Yeah, it
That's
happens.
one part.
It happens.
Wow. What happened? Tell us
it
about
happens.
it.
You know, you find someone along every single time. You know, when we're on radio, it's not just about but it's about creating connections that last forever.
So that's why you and this guy created connections?
Yes, we created connections. Yes.
How did that happen?
Just by him commenting on the show, coming through on the show, then that's how it started, because now he started paying attention when I get. So then I started paying attention, then I started following him.
And you fell in love with the personality?
Yeah, I liked him.
And did he fall in love with your personality?
Yes, he did first, actually. So the the whole thing, then Nakalate.
And then what happened thereafter?
Well,
because remember, there's a connection.
We are in two different worlds. Yes, there's a connection, but we are in two different worlds.
Do you go out on a date for coffee or something?
We once went out, I think thrice, yeah.
Thrice?
Yeah. But like I said, we are in different worlds. So
this connection was serious?
Yeah, it was serious.
Guys,
it was
these
serious.
Things actually happen.
It was serious.
These things do happen?
Yeah, they do.
So when, now, I can't remember have you ever, be in a situation where somebody charms you? I hear some old women, Wilson being Gossy's voice, and when.
Can I be honest?
Who was your crush?
Can I say it now? Is it okay? Can I say it?
Yeah.
It's DJ Sbu, actually.
You know that. Somehow
it's DJ Sbu. He's the reason why I always listen also to his show. But again, he's an inspiration, because he's on radio, I'm on radio.
So did you finally meet him?
No, I haven't, and I would still love to meet him. So halika mona ke kopa le mjetse.
Okay, Maitsa. Hey, I'm worried. The other one was Boo as well. And you went out 3 times on a date.
Yeah.
And
but the thing is, all different. All different. I think everyone can Lewopa is different. Lewopa is different. He's on radio, I'm on radio, so he's like the inspiration. So he's more. We are living in two different worlds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so this one it might be.
You never know. Anything is
ever,
possible. Anything is possible.
Till death do us part.
I'd love that.
Yeah, you are killing me. So, what happens when you hear somebody's voice and you like it on radio?
I get to be professional about it. But now it's a matter of, especially if Sekimu screen like who's who, who's doing what. And obviously I'll make sure on my show, I do mention thank you very much for that voice note.
So this other Sbu, what made him tick?
The
one that you went out connection in.
Like I said, earlier on, you know what, the conversation, like every time.
What kind of conversation was it?
Well, my show mostly deals with different topics from women, health, but now you find them coming through on these ones, they include right? So now, it's that thing, you can see, man, this person is curious. So, because the last thing we talk on Hollywood is just to sit with a person, and then at the end of the day, you don't have that connection. It's a waste of time. You understand? So now, Ibile, one of those people, they come through, and I saw man, he's not just in Fanaka, see man, bad. Something so we can be able to conversate. So I'll be able to ask G20 what's happening. I'll be able to ask okay, fine, what is happening right now? Not just anyone.
What type of shows do you present
Okay.
that gets people like Sbu so attracted?
Like I said, I'm on Alex FM. It's called The Real Deal Show. It mainly focuses on women and children, right? So women and children in terms of tabaza, healthy, also lifestyle that they live, relationships, you understand? And also having to deal with different women, they deal with issues, baby daddy and all that. So when you get into such conversations, you never know who's out there, who's listening. So it's important for you to emphasize the point at the time. Okay, labo. So you find that I'm talking about maybe a certain mom, a certain guy, you understand? So now if something it clicks for somebody else, then now they come through to the show. Only to find no, this one individual, actually. Okay, labo.
Might be.
It might be. You never know. Anything is possible. I love saying that very much. Yeah. I love saying that very much.
Was he disappointed though?
I think you know, there's one thing about maturity, I'll tell you, you know, and guys, they've had a bit of experience, you know, because I think he's in his 40s, early 40s, so he's had a bit of experience. So what I thought we can do this, not that, but, you know, we just on a level whereby for now, but you never know, in future we might.
You know, I like what you just said because I always looked at radio in a different way.
In what way?
You are actually the first person that came out in my whole life that actually said, I did fall in love with my listener and we thought we could do something, but it failed.
Another thing
too many
is that
people hide this or they do it,
exactly.
They
No,
never...
the whole point is that it's all about being professional. Because now the last thing you need is because now you fell in love with this person. But now, out of the workplace, I get money number and everything. Then take it to the other side. Yes, definitely.
Is it allowed though in broadcasting, in the broadcast?
It's not.
It's not allowed.
You can't. I mean, you have to be professional about it.
So you can't fall in love with your listeners.
Somehow, then what am I going to do? It's just the same thing as dating at work. You have to be professional. There's no way that it can happen.
So it's a no.
Your listeners.
Is it because of the Labor Act or because of
I think it's
your
just
station's act?
No, I think it's just out of
ethically.
I think ethically. I think that suits it best actually.
Okay.
Ethically, yeah.
Oh, so it is allowed.
But if you think about it,
you know why I'm asking these questions? I've seen I think it's Unati. And Bad Boy. Yes, and I've seen DJ Fresh and the late Tabiso. You know, people that have worked together. And I always love such kind of fairy tale stories. And yours was going to be amongst those. You know, you failed the test.
I wouldn't want to say that. No, but now, you know what? Bona, the thing is happy. I'll take it with my radio station. Okay. When I started, they made it clear. At work, they're not allowed. They made it clear. So if it has to come out, you're going to have to be, it has to be out of work. Because anything is possible. You understand? And we take
What do they
matters.
mean? You have to get fired first before falling in love with
me? Maybe it's a good question to my station manager. Why Valerie such welcome everything? That's a good one. Why?
So meaning it might have happened, but you are protecting your job.
You understand?
Yes.
Because it's not supposed to happen.
Okay.
Then Nini the Christmas party and whatnot, but balwan only to find out, they're actually a couple. You understand?
Would you say it's fair though, legally?
Legally, I
not
feel
to
like
fall in love with the person you love?
It's not fair. I have to choose what I want, who I want, when I want. You understand? So if a person I'm paying, it's like it restricts me. And now Haisam push her to a level. I mean, we work as individuals. We meet pretty handsome people at work, even colleagues. Baba handsome, and you're thinking, because now he's a colleague. You understand?
So you rather leave the job? That would also be a beautiful story, though.
I left my job for Arthur because now we wanted to. Maybe. I don't know, but maybe. Yeah.
What type of show do you present? I'm now interested.
We're going back to what I had mentioned it a bit earlier to say that Shoyaga focuses on.
In terms of, do you make it's? I feel like it's something like a Cupid or match a partner.
Mamela, I do have that also on Mondays, ne? Whereby people come through and tell their different stories. I do have that segment about people and troubles in their relationships.
Would you say your show is popular? Because it sounds like a show I would listen to all the time.
You would. I'd love you to, Ibile. I'll give you the handles when I leave here. I'll definitely give you the handles.
So I can catch it from Midrand?
You can catch it from Midrand. You just stream it live on www.alexfm.org. Simple as that.
It's also on DSTV?
Yes.
In fact, I've listened when I did one
but you
of my
didn't hear
interviews.
Me, that's the problem.
Oh, no. So I must listen to Lebogang specifically.
You must listen to 9 to 12 and yeah, we're good.
So who's Lebogang, this vibrant personality?
Lebogang is a creative. I love putting it that way to say that she's a creative who strives on putting people together. Ne? And when I say people together, I mean like from man to woman that come from all walks of life. I strive on that because I'm all about interesting conversations. For me, it's a pointless exercise. If I meet you, by the time you leave, I can't gather anything. It's a pointless, fruitless exercise. You understand? So I strive on that. Alexi, who found herself in the media space, because I did building and civil engineering, but it was not for me. So I can take a hola, kibereka, found myself in the media space, and here I am.
How do you get employed? Do they do auditions or do they see you present?
Okay.
Do you send a tape? How did it happen?
With me, what happened is that the first radio station it was back in Mpumalanga, ne? I got lucky that day.
What was it?
Ikutani FM. Yes, it's one based Fontaine. So I was delivering that day because I was working Lemewaka. She does branding and all that. So on the day Nikilo deliver, they were doing auditions for the radio station. And I was like, let me take a chance. You never know. That side. Yes. Then I took a chance and here I am. Fast forward 2023, I mean Alex, in the radio station, but now I'm back my own.
So which languages do you use to present? And I'm asking this question because when you've been at a community station, you thrive to go bigger. I remember seeing Pachukare at Soweto. And I had to pick up a call and I called people and I said, guys, there's some serious talent there. So I'm trying to
understand.
Imagine you in a different space.
Let
where
me tell
do you
something.
See yourself?
Talking about where I see myself, but let's start with first Tabaya language. In terms of language, when I started, it's the thing when you're in a community, it's very important for you to touch people by what is relevant to them. And just simply speak Sekgowa all of a sudden. You understand?
In fact, when I speak to you, the reason I'm asking this question, you sound more like me. You're just a township dude.
Yeah.
You know, I can't say Omo. And unfortunately, with your SABC radio stations, you need to either speak Sotho, Tswana, Pedi, Tsonga, Venda, Xhosa, Zulu, or English, or you mix.
Listen, there's what we call a license broadcasting, especially with these radio stations. So they give you languages and in percentages. They'll be telling you, maybe Zulu, 5%, Engi, which percentage. So with how I'm broadcasting, I'm basically mixing all the languages because my listeners, na ibile, they are like...
For LXFM, it's fine, it's working. But I'm talking about beyond. If you were to try and say, now I need to
I'm
go
moving
beyond.
forward.
Yes,
I think going forward, it's a matter of the level of understanding also. A lot of people are more comfortable in English, let's be honest. Because once Bastata, Babua, other languages, they fall off.
So do you do auditions for
I do.
English stations?
I've been doing. Hopefully
Which ones
one day
have you
it'll
tried?
come. I've tried 947. Yes, I've tried that. And I want to go to Kaya actually. That's still, something I'm working towards. And then Radio 2000. Yeah.
Yeah, 2000 as well. So
Yes, Radio 2000.
But you do send demos.
I do send demos. Whenever there's a communication in Nkore, you know what? There's auditions. Be it for Khoba, the person who creates the ads or whatsoever. We go. And the nice part is that even our station manager, he's open to that.
I'm listening to you and I'm hearing a talented woman and I'm thinking, hey, but these days, it's not just about talent only, more especially on radio. Something that is strange.
Yeah.
They look at the followers that you have on social
That's
media.
the sad part. It's something, I was discussing it actually not so long ago with my family to say that, not as much as we live in a digital era, but not everybody is already there. Because now we find a lot of people in spaces where the talented people are supposed to be it acting, be it Yona radio. You find people that, honestly speaking, they are not supposed to be there when you listen to them. But there's someone that took the time and actually went to school. I love this thing, but now in that space because what? It's been occupied. I feel like it's not fair for the fact that
I feel it's not fair because, some, I have to say some, of those that have those followers acquired those followers differently, doing something else, either being
content maybe.
Because sometimes on social media you have to talk a lot of rubbish for you to gain followers.
True.
So, but then when you get a job as a radio presenter, just because you have too many followers, you end up not living up to it. Sometimes it says to me, these radio stations actually know that they don't have content.
Yeah.
They want to capitalize. Or it's another way of saying, traditional media is under threat. So it's taking digital media's people. So there's just too many reasons.
And I feel like I'll still come back to my point to say that it is not fair. I feel like it's, as much as, when you look at other radio stations and the commercial side of things, it's all about the money. But then what about the talent? What about still all the young people also the very same degree, but the same diploma? Then what are we saying about them? You understand? So they need to go back to where the whole thing started. Take people because they are qualified for it. It's as simple as that. Take people because they are qualified. Don't take Lebogang because she's got 118 followers because you want to be relevant. No.
What makes a good radio presenter?
I think what makes a good radio presenter is the connection that you have with individuals. Just by you saying hello, I can't be arrogant and be a radio host. It doesn't matter. I cannot be and then be a radio host. It doesn't work that way because radio is all about having meaningful conversations and create those connections. They last forever.
What's the name of your show?
It's The Real Deal.
The Real Deal.
Yeah, where I keep everything real.
I like it. I wish you could go into these other radio stations and be tested for a day. And I just want to see what
I'll
would
kill
happen.
it. 100%. I'm very much ready for that. I'll definitely do kill it. I'll definitely do kill it.
Radio.
I
Radio
know.
is your life.
Radio is passion. It's not just a job, but it's passion.
Have you ever been into an interview for a job at a big radio station?
Not yet. But I'll tell you the funny part.
Yeah.
The funny part is the fact that I've been to offices where I was interviewed to be a legal secretary, where everything is just so serious. I'm looking forward to actually going to those radio stations. They're on the pipeline. And actually, let me say they're coming. I can feel it.
You can feel it.
I can feel it. They're coming.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
And what do you think makes people fail at such
Radio.
auditions or those presentations that you guys, the demos that you
Yeah.
make?
I think, one, the people by Bahira, let's be honest, they already know who they want. That's number one. Ne? Two, I think for people by applying, hangata, we would miss the point because now people don't see themselves auditioning, starting. They already see themselves as bo. So that's where the mistake is. So you end up missing the point. Why are you doing this? But if the guidelines, you first audition and you never know how fita then you relax. But now if you're not auditioner, then I see myself as Osma Paseka. then it's a different story. Not that it's a bad thing, but now we tend to take it way overboard and miss the point. Simple as that.
You know, now you're making me think, because I'm looking at a whole lot of radio personalities, and I'm thinking it actually works for radio stations to get people with big numbers. And Lebogang sees it differently, because I don't even know what's radio now at the moment.
My question, Arthur, is what about me? I'm still starting out and I'm still growing my followers. But when Arthur has got more followers, what about me?
What if they say, but Arthur had something for him to get followers?
He had something for him to get followers, but isn't it that it's the perfect time also for training to be given to people to say that, you know, you are in this space. There's mentors, of which a whole lot of young people are not so aware of that. You understand, especially in the media space. You can get your mentor, but my question still stands. What about me?
Would you say the era of talent is disappearing? It's the era of numbers.
I think it disappeared. I think it has disappeared. It's as plain simple as that. Like, let's think about it. It has disappeared completely. Because like we come back also to what we said a bit earlier on, because now they'll be taking you because now you've got numbers. But then what about that one? Why? Because that could be crushing someone. It could have been something big in the future. What about them?
You sound like somebody that understands radio, understands what they want in their field. And I'm looking at you and listening to you, and I'm saying, what if she doesn't make it as a radio presenter, but she actually makes it as a station manager? What would you look for?
Me, I would definitely look for talent. That's number one.
But they're telling you they need numbers.
Talent.
You need to keep up.
But now the talent...
Because it's number one, Metro is number
two. Then we work with it so that we can push. It's doable, it's possible.
But there's that social influencer, Yakukazi, whose numbers are going like this. And they're entertaining as well. Because remember, you get numbers because you're entertaining.
You're entertaining. Fair. But like I'm saying, even the talented one, under the wing, those numbers.
Yes,
it's as plain simple as that. Yes. Because now, then opportunity. You understand? But if we tuna in line, like that one, then we are good. So as a station manager, I would definitely look out for talent, professionalism, and I would definitely look for people that are hungry, that want to be out there, not want to be famous or that want to be celebrities. Simple as that.
So have you seen people that you'd look at and say, you know, Mara, that one I'm better than?
Why are you putting me in a corner?
No, you don't have to mention their names.
Okay, I don't have
remember,
to.
Some people,
let me not mention
some
them.
people
There's
are
quite a lot,
some
actually.
people are not straight talkers, and we don't want to be bashing people.
Yeah, I
it's
don't
safer
want that,
not to mention names, though.
Yeah, there's quite a lot.
Yes.
In commercial, there's quite a lot. I do listen to other radio stations, and I'm thinking, okay, it's because of the numbers. Ooh, okay, why it's ayalo? You understand? Simply because now I'm in a space whereby I'm getting mentored step by step. So you understand? So people don't even understand how I should be articulating myself on radio. Then
aren't you tempted to start going wild in order to get followers? Because the only hiccup, according to you...
The question is how wild?
How wild?
How wild?
Like taking your story with Sbu out there and get followers?
It's an idea, actually.
Because
it's an idea.
The world is looking for stories.
It's an idea.
But
that
the world is
I can
looking
do.
for stories.
Because
that's a beautiful story.
Yeah, that wild I can do. That wild I can do. That wild I can do. That's doable. As long as it's not naked wild, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that I can do.
You started the foundation, right?
Yes.
Called
Mommys Junction SA.
Why Mommys Junction SA?
Mommys Junction actually is it started with me, ne? Because we live in a world where you find a whole lot of pregnant women, but baby daddy, specifically baby daddy, you understand? So now, when I broke up with my baby daddy, I was in a dark place. But now I found myself in that space after 15 years being with this person, but now we've got this beautiful little munchie that is here and I'm all alone in her. But then it dawned on me, man, your life is not over simply because Sbari hasaliyo, you understand? But now the question was, what do you do? Because at that time, it was just after COVID defeats our sharp. But now, what do you do for yourself? So now, it got me thinking, there's so many women out there. Right now, they'll be telling you, and you find, you understand? Then you ask yourself, what went wrong? Once you sit down with them, trust me, you'll hear a different story. And half the time, it says include a baby date. So that's where Mommys Junction came about, because I was all about wanting to make memories that last forever. Because it really hurts me to also see women, they don't really care about Bana simply because daddy had her. But now they forget, this is something, it's so beautiful that you can actually create memories that last forever. So it's all about wellness, it's all about creating those memories, it's all about taking care of yourself as a mom. Because I think if Emma from leaving or baby date, I wouldn't have been a radio host, honestly.
So when people hear about or see the name Mommys Junction SA,
yes,
what comes to their minds? What happens there? Tell us what actually what the organization is about.
The organization is basically creating a safe space for every mom, for every child, and be able to voice out how they really and truly feel. Let's be honest.
So it's a platform,
yes,
it's a forum.
Yes, let's say it's a safe space. I like putting it that way, because once we say it's a forum, no, it got confusing. Let's just say it's a safe space for moms and children. They've been alone, but we are not closing out.
Do you have activities?
Yes, we do have activities. One, we've got picnics. Started with my girls. With the big yard that you have, you just create that, and you'll be shocked at how many people are closing in Ditaba, just because now you want to look good to your girls. You understand? So I was like, no, this safe space can actually work for everyone. But now, let's not close out anyone who wants to be part of this.
So you guys come together as moms?
Yes, with our kids.
You carry your kids.
Yes.
You meet. There's a bride,
yes,
maybe, for
example,
talk. Yes. And then you talk.
And then we talk about things they come with motherhood. Because motherhood on its own, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. If you know Satsimi, I'm telling you today, it's a lot of work. I have days where I'm like, I can't. I have days where I say, I can. I have days where I'm like, oh, this child unaya guy. Because now you are stuck. You understand? So I wanted to create that safe space to say that even if anyone else come on, you will not be allowed, or they're closing that gate for you. When you can open it yourself.
Do you discuss these things in front of the children?
Yes, we allow the kids to go play.
Okay.
Yes, and then now we have our conversation. But in the midst of them playing, we always take care of them to say that, are you safe? That's the most important thing.
What kind of stories do you discuss, or what was the most hateful story you've had at one of those events?
Having to hear women they're struggling with fees simply because the other party is not coming through. You understand? And you find that now they have to end up by that, but now because now they have to take care of the little ones. That really touched my heart. It broke my heart actually to say that, this country, women go through so much. If men didn't know, women go through so much. If we see a woman with a child right now, I'd say go back. Even wait till we don't need millions, but I just need you to come through and say, if you say you don't have much, just say, 1,000 rand, unlike just keeping quiet at all. Yeah, because that causes more fear.
At what point do men decide to go? Immediately when you fall pregnant, or years after you've been together?
For me, it was I fell pregnant. We were together for 15 years, for me. But with the stories that I've heard from the woman, it was during pregnancy. So you can imagine, being pregnant, you're very hormonal. There's just so many things that are happening, Molly. And then brothers decides to leave you. And you don't even have a support structure. It causes you to resent the child. So I'm saying that must stop. Instead of you worrying that person is gone, let's focus on this little person that is here and find ways that can make you become a better mom. Hence, I'm saying my slogan is, a happy mom always produces a happy child. Simple as that.
Would you say this thing happens in all races, or there's a race where it actually features the most, ratio-wise?
I think ratio-wise, I'd say in Aliba specific, honestly.
Which race?
I think it's us. I think it's us, Bodaki, honestly speaking. Because now we live in communities whereby our parents are broken. You understand? So they never know what is right and what is wrong. So we live in spaces whereby people think I can just make babies here and make babies there, and it's okay. You understand? So now, and even worse, it's a different story how you understand? But now, broken, what is going to happen? The child's want to be broken, Len.
And when you guys gather around as women,
yes.
would you say this thing is uplifting or it worsens the situation?
It's very uplifting. Trust you me, it's very uplifting because we get to share the deeper details of how you really truly feel. I mean, we live in a world right now where tabata mental health, it's a very serious issue. You understand? Just last week, I made a video on TikTok to remind the moms, to say that get rid of anything that isn't beautiful, that isn't bringing you joy, that isn't serving you. Because now, that child, only 100%. You understand? So don't miss the point. The whole point here is for you to be 100% full-time mom. Ukasi force to come be part of your life. But in the midst of you doing that, show up for it.
But do you guys ever acknowledge at certain times that it might be the opposite? Some are not speaking the truth.
Well, the ones that I've got it with, they do tell the truth. It's what we all about.
You want to tell me that all your friends and the people that you
the people that are in my space
were all dumped?
Yes, unfortunately. Basilwe. Basilwe.
I
know.
No, I struggle to see men being the ones doing the dumping all the time. I struggle to see that happening.
You know what?
Are you trying to say men are that superior?
But naughty, that's all I know. Men are very naughty.
But are you sure that...
I'm hundreds. I am hundreds. I am very much hundreds, Arthur.
So are you trying to say that the wheels have turned, you guys are doing more of the wanting or the hunting than men?
We see it also on the socials. Women by datela also, like right now. But now the sad part is the fact that mutu sometimes lead the way mutu lanka thing. How see ya khuba trickinyan. Yeah.
That, I know we are talking about a sad situation.
Yeah.
But somehow it's actually sounding a bit cool to hear that women are the ones doing the hunting. Yes.
You know what?
I've never imagined that.
I think
maybe in our days
societal
it was
standards.
the opposite. So I'm not too sure if that has changed, and maybe it might be because of the AMA 2000 era.
Like I'm saying, societal standards also, because now they've made everything ibe buopa, if you know what I mean. Like it's just there.
Which is actually beautiful. That you guys can actually do the hunting. Because for me, honestly speaking,
I still don't find it attractive. I still want guy to come to me. You understand?
Did Sbu come to you? I feel like...
Listen, I grew up in an era whereby I was taught differently from home,
Lebogang,
right?
Did Sbu come to you?
So he came through. He came through. He came through. He came through.
Smooth.
He came through.
Continue.
And the other one is still gonna come. So yeah. So now I'm saying here, it's a cute. Think about it. It's a cute like in Lebogang Arthur. Bona man. Would you like it?
It's cute.
No.
That's what I'm saying. It's actually cute. Also, would you then say maybe arrogance is the one that comes in between relationships lately?
Yeah. Arrogance and societal standards. Women feel I can never tell you. And cute. This is cute. Well, I feel yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the stats and I'm thinking about it and I'm saying, is it still normal to find a family where you have the same mom and dad for the rest of your lives?
If you're looking at the stats, looking at South Africa, how everything is going.
What's normal lately? What would you say is normal?
What's normal lately? I think it's to move from one point to the next is what's normal now. Like if Arthur's not serving me, you move.
What do you think would be the best situation?
I think the best situation would be going back as individuals and firstly uplift ourselves. You understand? not live our lives the way the world says we must live it. Ne? Let's go back to what we were taught to say that a family, when we look at a family, it's this. You understand? So I think that's what can work.
Because so you do accept that people have to go apart?
Yes, it's okay.
You're sounding like it's okay.
It's okay, right? But
how do we educate the society, though, to accept it? Because I feel like it's just normal lately.
I'm going back to Dabayadi family to say that how we were raised, let's go back to old ways of doing things. Ne? I think we led to a point of even maybe parents also choosing people for people. Maybe that's what would stop even Bontate running away, because now you know who you'll be given certain responsibility, and as a man you have to work hard and keep that family. You understand? It's not nice having to raise a child the family. You understand? Even though there's different circumstances. There's different circumstances. I'm not saying, if you're abused, you need to stay. You understand?
I was going to say that, don't you think some of these relationships have survived because of, like you said, societal norms where, you know, they say once you get married,
there's norms, there's
begezela, break it down.
Yeah, there's norms and there's standards also, because now in standards, it's that thing in a different level. Then there's norms. We could say the things that we grew up with are norms. We know a family has to do this. But now with societal standards, because you understand? So now that causes more fear. Now I end up
these kind of things that we're discussing part of the real deal?
Yes, they are part of the real deal.
Show is nice.
Yeah, it's part of, yes. More than every weekday, yes. We're all about that. Nothing beats offloading what's in your heart. Nothing beats that. Offload.
So when you are at this Mommys Junction event, and you guys say these things and memories come back, what do you do thereafter? Is there also drinking?
So fun, so included because there's bana. Let me tell you one thing. The whole point also for Mommys Junction is for us not to be angry to the baby daddies. You
and
understand?
When you're not angry, you become happy and loose.
Exactly. Happy and? I didn't get happy and what?
Loose? Like, I mean, I'm free.
Listen, Arthur, you are happy, but now there's things that you live by as a person. You can't just be loose like that.
No, it's not being loose. Yeah. I mean, but Sbu called and I'm
now
inspired. I can go start afresh.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay. We do that. But the most important thing is not to be angry at this person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's letting go.
Letting go, and don't be angry. But in the midst of you letting go, build yourself, because no one's gonna do it for you. You understand? And the last thing I need is for Arthur to find me all cracked up, and now I miss the whole point of love.
So I love that. So do you make donations like maybe the society or Stockfell or you guys just, how do you raise funds for all this?
For now, it's a matter of what can the next girlfriend bring. But half the time so far, it has been out of my own pocket. You understand? So whenever there's like that picnic that we have, I'd be telling them, let's meet at a certain place, just bring your picnic basket. Then I would be offering the food from my own pocket. Would love in future to have people that are going to come through and say, we can assist you on this one. Because the most important thing also, I don't want to lose the part. You
know, I've never attended, they call them tea something.
Yes, high teas.
High teas.
Yes.
Does it sound like a high tea with a different mission?
Yeah, it's a high tea with a different mission. With baby.
That's why it's called Mommys Junction.
Yes, because high tea. We'll be talking about empowerment. We'll be talking about now. The other part is that it's
actually beautiful.
You understand?
I love it.
Thank you.
Yes,
yeah.
I love it.
And let's not forget, it's okay. I can do it still.
I'm imagining a scenario where men, like, Papa Junction SA.
I would love one person that could come through with that actually and say, you know what, let's just collaborate and come up with one thing. Because papa to be papas, and Rona on our side will be teaching mama to actually enjoy every moment. And then,
in fact, guys do have such things.
Yeah, there's quite. I know of quite a few.
Yes.
I know of quite a few. But now it's a matter of them also talking about things that they need to deal with, inner things they have to deal with.
But wouldn't it be cool one day to have Mommys Junction SA collaborating with Papa's Junction SA, and you guys all
we become families, blended families.
You can find partners, and the kids are playing together.
It can work.
And then you grab your couples.
So if maybe there's a Papa something out there, and you feel you can collaborate with Mommys Junction, you never know. Because all of them are like blended.
Can you please say to the camera, call them out?
To anyone that has an organization that deals with men and Libana, want to come through, come collaborate with Mommys Junction, and you never know, blended families. Come on.
I love I love that.
Hey, we don't have to stop. Why are we stopping?
Yeah.
Life still goes on.
Because life goes on.
Hey, life goes
Whether
on.
you like it or not, life is going to go on. Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful conversation, Lebogang. We've spoken about your radio career, we've spoken about Mommys Junction. What else does Lebogang do?
Lebogang looks into, I did also level 4 of early childhood development, very passionate about kids. So in the community of Alex, what I do is working with different ECD centers. For now, they come to my show, we get to profile them, but it's more than that outside, where I get to, visit different ECD centers, and we get to have story time, Lebana, because now we're looking at South Africa, they are missing the point, early childhood development. So this is a space, now is the time to say that come through. And when we look at parents, a lot of parents, So now we are also trying to say, come, let's assist you. Parenting doesn't have a manual. It doesn't have a manual, but now the best way how can actually be the way to a brighter future. You never know.
So you still don't have a building where you say,
this
is where my ECD is?
Not yet.
But there are applications out there?
I'm very much aware of that. You need
to apply?
Yes, I'm very much aware of that, and it's something it's on the pipeline. I'm very much aware of that.
Lebogang?
Yeah.
Me, I've had enough talking to you. You are exciting, you are inspiring, and I wish the conversation can go ahead, and, we talk and talk and talk and talk. What else, apart from that, are you talented with, apart from radio presenting?
Woo, Lebogang is talented. I love drawing. Yeah, I love drawing. And another thing is that baking. People don't know this.
Okay.
So, yeah, I love baking. I love, like I said, I'm a creative. I love bringing things to life.
Who's the better visual artist between you and Rust?
I can.
Have you met Rasta?
Yes, I have met him just 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
but you think you can do better than him?
Yeah, I can do better.
You can do better than him. Okay. Football. Do you have a favorite team?
I'd say Kaizer Chiefs. But simply because favor Kaizer Chiefs. Yeah. But I can never tell you how to.
How do you feel about the fact that they haven't won a trophy for 10 years?
That's not cool. That's not cool at all. But I feel like maybe it should be taken back to management and see who's getting the players. Then, yeah.
If you were to choose one guy that has to attend Mommys Junction SA, one guy, who would it be and why?
Okay. Are we saying in terms of where they at, in terms of work?
I don't care. Mommys Junction has got nothing to do with guys, but you want to pick this one guy to attend. Okay,
I think I'd say from my work, actually, it's Nkululeko Phiri, actually.
Why Nkululeko?
Yeah, he does breakfast show. He's very passionate about seeing a change in men also, and he loves family. So I think, he's one person that I would say on any given day. And if I would say, Gogi Apron and play with the kids, he's on for anything. Yeah, he's that person.
So it's like you're a hero of the moment.
Yeah, he's that person.
Wow, he's so lucky. So if you were to get an opportunity to dine with a famous person, who would it be and why?
Okay, let's leave this one. Let's leave that other one.
That other one.
Let's leave now.
Wait
I think it would be maybe Ndlozi. Would love to get into conversation with him about anything. Because I feel like he's one person that he's smart.
You know he's on radio now?
Yeah, he's on
to his
Power.
show?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, when he started, I have. And I feel like conversations are different now. He knows what he's talking about, you understand? And he's one person that is always open-minded. I feel you can just get into a conversation with him anytime on any given day, and he'll still give it to you.
Favorite political party?
Don't put me in the spot.
Favorite political party?
Don't put me in the spot.
I'm trying for the last time.
Okay, it's the ANC.
Okay.
The ANC.
There's nothing wrong. You know, I'm just trying to put in Ndlozi with a political party and you in between, you know, what kind of discussion.
Right. So it's about interesting because he's the ANC and he was like former EFF and, you know, I'd be asking him a whole lot.
This was beautiful. Your last words?
My last words to, you know, just every South African right now to say that let's live, you know. Let's not worry about things that are not happening. Let's look at things that are going right, and let's just be grateful for the moments that we spend with every individual in our lives. Be it in a mall, in a taxi line, or ranking. It's okay. Let's be present. Yeah.
Are you currently in a relationship?
Why are you doing this to me? I love privacy.
Are you currently?
I love privacy. I'm not going to say it. You're not allowed to. No. Yahan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lebogang. That was Lebogang Mapeka, and yeah, I can't wait to attend one of the events of Papa's and Mommys Junction SA. I just want to see what happens out there. Thank you.